Welcome to our Overland Western Lines HO scale layout tour. What you're seeing right there was them putting it together, but we'll start right here at the shops. Right off the bat, you can see the station they have, and then the back shops back there. Right there, you can see they have some really nice different ground. Of course, you can't have your area without having the food truck. They have several food trucks around the layout to help out all the HO scale people that get hungry. So this is their duck under bridge right here. Actually, it lifts up, but some people duck under. Otherwise, the older fellows have to lift it up. But anyway, so here we go. It's a nice deco 20s 30s mobile station. Did a nice job on the concrete. They put everything in place. When I went through earlier, they didn't have the vehicles in place. A lot of the buildings weren't. You'll see some trains passing by. So then they get into another station over here, and then a really nice deco overpass. Great. I think this is a Walther's kit, but I'm not 100% sure. And of course, the fascia, and then we'll get the train going through. And like I said, there's a station on the other side, and even got the planters right there where the passenger wait area is, which is really nice. It's on both sides of the tracks. And then down there you can see, oh yeah, right down there was a Starsky and Hutch car. They have all these little things throughout the layout that I'll try to point out. You can always back it up if you want to see that again, but that was definitely the Starsky and Hutch car. Nice back of the buildings there with the fire escapes. I'm getting ready to do some of that in my end scale. I really like how the back of buildings look like that. And there's a bunch of the buildings they're just still working on. But look at the brick pattern on the back of that. I don't know if that's a paper one or if it's a actual plastic kit. Another food truck, of course, and a bunch of police. So then another overpass right here. Now, I haven't seen one of these in a long time. I grew up in the Southwest. I used to see Navajo trailers all the time. And it was kind of cool seeing it on the flat car with the trailers. I know that's a Walther's kit, or maybe it's a DPM. And then there's a neat Greyhound bus and really good road work, the ballasting and everything. Great little details, signs for the cities. You got your electric boxes, the whole works. And then right there is a culvert. There was a person down in there. We've got another video that shows it a little bit better. But there's actually a person inside the culvert. And they were going into the steel mill area. And they've got their switchers there for it. When they get to really running and everything, they'll be switching cars back and forth. Looks really cool. And here comes another different Rio Grande train that'll be heading over there. We got some really good videos showing these engines passing by those back shops over there with the other engines that are just sitting. Then, of course, an interlocking tower right there. The engine's just passing by it. There's some more of the slag cars, then the slab cars, then the hot metal cars. Now there's some neat cars that's got the little 20-foot containers. We'll have more. We'll have those featured more in the run videos later. We're still just walking along here where the steel mill is. It takes up probably about a fifth of the layout on the one corner. Another interlocking tower. That thing back there, the 8, the little hotel right there they're going to be putting in. But that little number 8 up there, that's they have voting at all the train shows for best. And that's how it's identified. Again, another food truck, lumber company of some sort. They did a nice job of loading it all up with the lumber in the bay areas there. And then there's a bulkhead flat car there for incoming or outgoing. And then a nice look back over the lumber company. And this is I think this was a Walther's kit that they took and they cut in half and then did it side by side. But it looks really nice. Got the overhead traveling crane there. And then heading up into more of a residential area. Some farmland. Nice bridge here. The wood bridge for the cars to go over. And then got our cattle. But again, now we're looking back. So that's just a really nice scene right there. And you'll see a lot more of those also when we do when we have the individual videos. And again, really nice work on their bridges. This is a really great bridge right here. This whole little scene with the farmhouse, and the steps going down to the river. I don't know what was with the floating duck, but and then a fisherman. But they did a really nice job on the retaining walls and the whole bridge. There's a series, I think 3 bridges right along here. There are 2 or 3 bridges. There's some nice cuts right here. I think a guy told me they did that with insulation and then just carved it. But yeah, if you look back, that's just really sharp looking. And then the big bridge is right here to the coming around the corner. So then, yeah, we got a little gas station, another little period town. They were just testing the train at this point, so you're going to see it stop and start frequently as I'm walking around here. Another station. Nice with the passengers waiting. They did really good work with their roads, their sidewalks, platforms, all that. Really good looking stuff. And that's a Sunrise feed mill back there. I think that's a Bachmann kit, if I'm not mistaken. They did a nice job with the paint up. You'd never know it. I'll have to go around the guy here because, like I said, I was just working while they were working. You can see all the buildings. You've got this elevated area right here. And then I believe that's a, power plant. I'll come back to this area here in just a minute after he's done doing whatever it is he's doing. So they've got a lot of details left to go, but all the basics are in to where it's a nice operating layout. Now we're heading over to the other bridge. This is a nice bridge here. They did a beautiful job on the water on this. As you can see with all the rock and the different types of material they use to create it. Now we can look back here. He's moved out of the way, so now I'm going to come back here and you'll be able to see this whole area. All these, I think these are all DPM kits right here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that. And you got a truck that was jackknifed there that was trying to get towed out. And then we'll go back. It's a nice look at that bridge. They didn't bring the one bridge this year, and I'll show you where that's basically was at. It's where that duck under is. Really great bridge that I've always liked to get some good video on, but they didn't have that here. They said there were some guys that just didn't make it to the show. If you recognize this crossing right here, well, there's another one of their things. If you recognize that car, that was from the Blues Brothers. But that crossing back there was from our video last year that took out the container, knocked the container off the container car, and hit the set of cars back behind. So now we're heading into the yards. They're starting to get it all filled in what the trains are going to run. So that gives you an idea of how nice long. I think this is probably easily maybe 30 foot long. And I don't know how wide, probably about third wide. Got some really nice cars. They had some really good weathered cars and some good load cars. You can see it got a good unit coal train there on 2 of the sidings. There you go. Now you can see the 5 engines. And there's their staging area back behind. You can see it in the middle there. So we're getting close to the end. So I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.